Still in local news, an air hostess working for a national airline who was arrested on charges of possessing heroin was further remanded until the 21st of this month by Colombo Additional Magistrate Nishantha Piris today.
The suspect and a trainee air hostess who were travelling in a vehicle had been arrested by the Wallawatha police in the Pamankada area. Police had discovered 27 packets of heroin hidden in the suspect's sari, and it was later revealed that the suspect was a drug addict. The trainee air hostess who was taken into custody has been released on bail, and investigations are continuing on the air hostess in custody.
In his latest book on economics, Professor Rohan Samarajiva says that a country's economic policy should be structured not around individual needs but around the aspirations of society as a whole. The book, titled Economic Systems Which Suit Us, contains analytical information on Sri Lanka's transport, utilities, communications and education sectors, and also on future trade relationships.
The book is co-authored by Professor Rohan Samarajiva and C.J. Amaratunga. The keynote address at the book launch was delivered by former Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, W.A. Wijewardena, who pointed out that the book focuses on the need to obtain specialist ideas in preparing economic policy and implementing this through broad-based dialogue.
A
lot of us do not approve of this black economy, but unknown to us, there is a black economy operating through this authoritarian state. People take up positions which pay meager wages within this authoritarian state because they know that massive income modes will open up to them. They do not want to give up their privileges, and therefore, even though we present reforms with the best intentions, we do not receive the necessary support to implement them. We need to create a broad-based dialogue within society on this matter.
මේ සමස්ත සමාජය තුලම පුළුල් සාකච්ඡාවක් මේ ප්‍රශ්න කරේ අපි ඇති කරගත යුතුයි.
An event was held last evening to felicitate and recognize Sri Lankan and international clients who won awards at the League of American Communications Professionals Vision Awards 2011.
Organized by a leading annual report production company on the theme Taking the Business of Annual Reporting International, the event was dubbed Smart Convention 2012. Governor of the Central Bank Ajit Niwad Cabral was the chief guest at the event.
I believe that we have now come to a level where we can move to the next level of being a truly middle income nation. When we come to that level, many of our companies will also need to now show themselves off to the rest of the world. And what better way of doing so than with the annual report? I know that the annual report provides the company an enormous amount of joy in constructing it. We do it for the country in producing the Central Bank annual report.
Those who won awards at the Vision Awards 2011 were felicitated at the event.
St. Thomas's College, Mount Lavinia launched the Canon Roy Yin Choir Fund in aid of the choir of the school's Chapel of Transfiguration. The first fundraising activity will take place when the Thomian Choir collaborates with the Delandrel Brothers at a festival of choral music on Sunday the 16th of September at the college chapel.
The late Reverend Canon Roy Yin was an institution at St. Thomas's from 1947 to 1962 when he served as the college's chaplain and was responsible for introducing the famous Festival of Nine Lessons and Carols of the Chapel in December 1947 based on the pattern of the famous Festival of Nine Lessons and Carols at King's College in Cambridge, where he served as chaplain prior to his arrival in Sri Lanka. The primary purpose of this choir fund is to raise the necessary funds to enable the Thomian Chapel Choir to look at musical horizons beyond the shores of Sri Lanka.
Chapels are just buildings, but it's a beautiful building. The college chapel is the centerpiece of St. Thomas's. What really matters is what we people that building with. And what we are really proud of here at St. Thomas's is when people say you have a beautiful chapel, but your choir was also wonderful. And it's very pleasing when people visit you and say your students actually perform well. Not that your building was pretty or you had lots of nice facilities, but when they say your boys performed really well.
Moving away from the Olympics, Sri Lanka are taking on India in a 2020 international which is currently underway at the Pallekele International Stadium in Kandy. Virat Kohli top scored for India, but the visitors could only manage 155 for 3, which is their lowest score against Sri Lanka in T20 internationals.
Invited to bat first, India had an early hiccup when they lost opener Gautam Gambhir for just 6 runs when he was clean bowled by Shraminda Eranga. Ajinkya Rahane steadied the innings together with Virat Kohli as the pair came together for a 74-run second wicket stand, which was incidentally India's highest second wicket partnership against Sri Lanka. Kohli went on to reach his maiden half-century in T20 cricket. However, Driven Mendis made the much-needed breakthrough when he caught and bowled Rahane for 21 runs, while Kohli too fell victim to the bowling of Eranga. Suresh Raina making 34 runs and skipper Mahendra Singh Dhoni chipping in with 16 runs guided India to 155 for 3 in 20 overs.
A little disappointed with that. That's India's lowest T20 total.
Two young batsmen exchanging notes.
Batting in reply, Sri Lanka were 96 runs for the loss of 5 wickets a short while ago. Before wrapping up the news, a look at a curious bit of information. A squid that lives deep in the northern Pacific Ocean has evolved a lizard-like approach to self-defense.
The foot-long octopus squid jettisons its arms when confronted by a predator, creating a diversion for escape.
The creature's defense strategy was observed for the first time by the University of Rhode Island researcher Stephanie Bush. We leave you with these beautiful visuals. I'm Ravi Gamage.
And I'm Punchani Adrisingha.
Good night.